Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day, first and foremost. I know you guys may be getting this starting your day off. I hope you had a restful night. It is Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2013. Woke up this morning and shoot, already, the media has been promoting Valentine's Day. If you have a Walmart, they probably, you know how they do. The next day after a holiday is ended, they throw the next one right up after that. And I got up this morning, got my coffee. I gotta have that. And I it started off last weekend, and I was hearing how people I had been talking to, how they were preparing for this day. And as I mentioned in my last video, some made it seem like it was a chore, and some it was with no effort. And I started to ponder on that. And today represents the day of love. And the one thing that caught my attention was the most purest form of love is God. God is love. He's unconditional. He is the healer of all things broken, and He makes a way when there is none. And this morning I wanted to convey this message to you. No, I'm not. This is not a negative. This is just a perspective. Today, do not get caught up in the hype of the machine. Valentine's Day is just like Christmas as a way of making revenue. That's not a bad thing, but you got to look at the ultimate, the underlining intent. So with that, and I was pondering on, I thought about it, and I want to convey this to my queens. Yes, today is a day of reflection. Yes, you're going to have people that, what I call the ability to raise from the dead. But let me ask you this. Why does it take this one day to receive your acknowledgement when you got 364 more days prior to that? You gotta wonder about that. I had one person say, well, I haven't been a good dude. And the way he was conveying it was, this is National Get Out of Doghouse Day. That ain't cool. That wasn't cool. So I'm thinking about all this, right? And and this morning I said, the greatest gift you could ever give for Valentine's Day for anyone is time. Time validates a person's existence because you are allowing yourself to show compassion and kindness to another human being. But before that can even be put in motion, it comes from within. That's right. For what you feel within is your reality being projected out. So yes, today is a day of a celebration, but it should be like the cherry on the sundae. It should be the epiphany, it should be that brass ring that validates that everything that you've invested in. But unfortunately, you have some people that still have insecurities within themselves, and no matter how sincere their intent is, it gets washed down. You know, it gets washed down, and that takes maturity and growth. So, my ladies, I'm going to throw this out to you. If you don't hear from someone today, if you don't receive a card today, don't trip on that. Don't allow what you see outside to remove your smile. You take this day and make this day time to pamper on you. If you haven't made time to go get your nails done or your hair done, or to really just allow yourself some time to do something that you truly like to desire, make this day that day. Yes, I know every woman likes to receive a token. There is nothing wrong with that. But make sure that that token that you receive validates who you are. I know I got a friend right now. She is in some drama. Boy. And the person that's in her life doesn't see her worth and has invested a lot of money on this day. And she was like, you know, Gerald, I don't need none of that. I don't want none of it, because he still don't get it. Just because she sees her worth and he has not gotten there yet. For my fellas, it should not feel like you got to pull teeth. Don't break your neck for someone that don't deserve that. Respect yourself, and you validate your self-worth. Take this day. Do something nice for yourself. What a lot of people fail to realize is there's going to be a lot of people out and about. You know, I remember one time I used to like on Valentine's, I would go out and I would dress really, you know, I like wearing suits and stuff like that, and you know, I'd go out and have a nice meal somewhere, and it never failed. There were other people, like-minded folk, have some of the best conversations you could imagine. You know, I mean, and sometimes that's how the Spirit works. He will guide you to where you need to be. But if you go out seeking, you never find what you truly deserve, because it doesn't come within. It's got to come to you. You know, it's just like that harvest. Them seeds that you planted, you should start to see some sprouts in your life. You should see things change in your life. So my queens, don't trip on the small stuff. When you go to work today, you're going to see all the illusions and the pageantry, and there's going to be that one that, like, oh, look what he did and did. I'm going to tell you something. That ain't nothing but illusion. Because guess what? It might be grand at work, but they are doing it for your edification. Because it ain't going to be there when they get home. Then again, it could be, like I said, a last-ditch effort to get out of the doghouse. But if you value someone and their self-worth, just because the fact that you put the time in to communicate, to show that this person, hey, your existence matters in my life, it could be a ribbon. It will still have value because it came from that person and they care about you. But I understand. I do. Ladies, you want your perfume and you want some jewelry and your cards and and if you deserve it, you shall have it. But remember this. Your heart does not have a price tag on it. Your heart is priceless. Just like your self-respect. So don't get caught up in the hype. And here's the funny thing. If this is the day of love, truly, why is it that we have no connection or symbolism of God in Valentine's Day? Have you noticed that? Because God is love. He's in unconditional love. He loves us. He puts up with our foolishness when we fall short, then picks us up and makes us upright. That's unconditional love. Valentine's Day, if it's about love, why isn't forgiveness in the theme? So make this day a day of compassion. Love yourself. So I'm saying happy Valentine's to all of you. Be your own Valentines. And trust and believe. If, by chance, you do not have a mate at this time, that's okay. Because guess what? God is working on them. He's working on them. He already knows what is required to have your heart and your commitment and devotion. He's working on them. And while you're working on yourself, when the time is right and when God feels that you are worthy, they will step into your life. And you will know. You will know. That's why they say, when a man seeketh a woman, it is blessed. Because it is the responsibility of the man. So you stay patient, my queens. You love yourself. Give yourself that TLC. Because it all will pay off. Do not get caught up in the hype that you see outside your door. It is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Actually, some of the people with the biggest pageantry that you're going to see are the most insecure. And they are doing that, once I said, for your validation. Because you know how it is. There's always one person that wants to have the center of attention. You know why they do that? Because they don't have that at home. They don't. They don't. They don't. So please, love yourself. If you're not, draw the line in the sand today. Say, I'm going to love myself. I'm going to declare my self-worth, and this is what's required for me. This is what's required for you to have access to me. That's not being selfish. That's just being self-reliant. But if your position is a position of arrogance, pride, or ego-driven, you know what happens to those people? They end up growing old, bitter, and by themselves. See, God has a plan for you. He has a plan. And some things take time. So, I want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. Sweeties, take this, if anything, enjoy your peace of mind. Take this time to have a nice bubble bath. Get yourself a nice, make yourself happy. Pamper yourself. Just don't get caught up in the hype, sweetie. Because all that glitters ain't gold. All that glitters ain't gold. And I'm going to tell you something. When it's all said and done, and you've accomplished the things that you have, you will have a new perspective on your life. You will have all the things you need, and you will have your mate. If you have a mate, let us both, I'm saying you and him, make sure that your bond is tight. You can't buy a bond. You can only grow at it. So if there's any disconnect, make this the day to say, hey, enough's enough. Let's sit down and work out our problems. Even if that means the decision to be by yourself. Because guess what? Unfortunately, there's going to be someone that is going to get news that they're single. And that's not a bad time. That's not a bad thing either. You know, sometimes you have to take time for you. It's okay. And as I always say, if it's divinely meant, you're going to have it. But you got to do the work. Don't you think you deserve it? You don't want nothing that's easy. You don't. It don't last. Because you got to remember, the devil's work is never done. He will bring what, that's why they say, God gives you what you need, not what you want. The devil will give you everything that you want. And guess what? It comes with pain. He will give you everything you want. It comes with anguish. But see, you don't see that part. So don't get caught up in the smoke and the mirrors. God's got you. He's got you. He woke you up today. So, today, don't get like Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype. Hell, you want flowers? Go on out and get you some flowers. It's okay. But the greatest love affair that the greatest love you're gonna have is with you. Have a love affair with yourself. And then when you get that going, guess what? Your reality changes. And you set the template for what it takes to have access to the queen that you are, the king that you are. But it starts with you. Okay? So you enjoy yourself. My kings, my queens. It starts with love. God's praying for you. You know I am. Be blessed.